Are you constantly damaging your wall by putting various holes on the wall trying to figure out or guess where these studs are? Well, make sure you stay tuned. I might have a few tips and tricks for you to pinpoint where exactly those studs are without any damage. So stay tuned. So friends, welcome back to Fix This House. If you're new to the channel, consider pressing the subscribe and notification bell so you can always be in tune on DIYs, how-to videos, and product reviews that I do within this channel. So we all struggle on trying to find out where these studs are, especially if you don't have a stud finder. So how can we find these studs without using one? Well, I got a few tips and tricks for you that you can probably use that you can find around your house to spot those studs. Let's go with tip number one. If you locate one of your outlets, usually these outlets are nailed onto the studs, whether it be on the left side or the right side, but you wouldn't fully know unless you take out the plate. Now, some of these outlets are either going to be old work, which is pretty much, I'll show you a picture right here what the old work looks like. New work is usually nailed onto the studs. But let's verify and clarify if this is actually a stud right here. All you gotta do is take out the cover plate on this. So with that being said, I'm gonna use one of my easy go-to power tool right here. Also comes with a light because you'll need one to check out the sidings of this outlet. But if you don't have one of these, just get a regular flashlight and you just gotta look onto the side electrical box. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but I'll focus on it. But the stud is located right there on the left side of this electrical box, not on the right side. Now, all you gotta do is follow this section right here all the way up, and that is where your stud is located. Typically, studs are located 16-inch centers. All you gotta do is measure from the center of the stud, from left to right, and you should be able to find the next stud. So friends, sorry to interrupt you right quick, but I just wanna let you know that I'm giving away two $50 gift cards every single week, and I'll be posting the winners on my community tab on my YouTube channel. Now, all you gotta do is like, comment, and subscribe on any videos that I post within that week, and I'll be picking two lucky subscribers that commented on any video on that week. Now, this is just to say thank you so much, friends, for all the love and support that you continue to give me and my family, and hopefully this will help you out on any tools that you might need, or just pretty much help you out on any renovation around the house, or probably help you get gas or treat you out for lunch. So thank you so much for all the love and support, friends. Let's get back to the video. So this also applies with electrical switches as well, not only outlets. All you gotta do on these things is you gotta take out the cover plate as well, look either left or right, and it's the same concept. If you already know, drywall is attached to your studs through drywall screws. Now, those drywall screws are made out of metal, so perfect way to use your magnet. All you gotta do is scan through using that magnet. Now, it has to be a powerful magnet, so if you need one, I'll leave a link on the description down below if you want a strong earth magnet. But just run it through like this, and you should be able to find a spot like that. So we already know there is a stud right here. So right here you can see that it just sticks onto right there. Even if you just drop it a little, catches. So since we know drywall can go up to a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch thick, this is about 1.5 inches long. So this should be sufficient enough for us to have enough to pull out after we find that stud. Let's go test this out. Let's say you guessed that it's around this area and you're gonna start poking holes on there, and we'll go and try to see if we can find that stud using this skinny nail. So we already know that the stud's not there because we can easily take out the nail by just wiggling it. So notice how the hole is so small. That's easily repairable, and I'll show you in a bit how you can repair these tiny little holes. Okay, so we're just gonna keep moving. It's not there. There you go. It stops, so we know that the stud is right there. Now you're probably wondering how you're gonna fix these little tiny pinholes that you just made. It's very easy. Just get yourself some Drydex pink spackling. That pink spackle, which I'll leave right here, or I'll leave a description down below. Check out that link. You can easily just dab little tiny bit of spackle, that pink spackle, dab it, and then it will dry white afterwards, and you don't even need to paint it. It's pretty much fixed after that. Just apply a little bit just to fill the holes, and it should blend in with your texturing, and you won't be able to see it. So that's it. So here's another tip on trying to find the studs. If you don't have a stud finder, just look on your baseboard. If you look along your baseboard and you see where the nails are shot, just like this one right here, here's a little nail. Most likely that could probably a stud. Well, you're not going to be 100% sure it is, but most of the time it should be where the stud is located. So go try that out, and that's another tip that you could possibly use to find that stud. So these are all been verified that this is where the studs are located. Should be 16-inch centers, but let's go and run it with our thermometer gun. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus the laser on the bottom of the tape because I don't want the tape interfering with any type of temperature change. So we're gonna go straight to the wall and we're gonna look at what it's reading. So we're gonna go away from the stud. So as you can see, it's reading 70.1. Okay, 70.1. Let's follow it. And now I'm gonna go really, really slow and see if there's a change in temperature. So it looks like it went 69.1. We passed the stud. It cooled down. Now it's getting warmer. We're going really, really slow. 70.1, 70.2. Okay, so now we're approaching another stud. Looks like it got warmer, or it got colder. It went 69. Okay. Going really, really slow. And it went at 69. Again, using this infrared thermometer gun, I don't think it's the best one to test out where the studs are, but I wouldn't trust this. It's just a good, fun test to do since we have one available. But I would stick with just the regular stud finder if you have it, but if I wouldn't go and buy this just to try to find a stud, just if you have this available. But again, I'm curious also, if you have this, go test it out on your wall, see if you get the same results. I was assuming that it'd be a lot hotter on each stud because it's a lot more compact and compressed since that's touching the drywall. But then again, I don't know, it's weird. But again, that's a test for that. It's a good test to do. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. So here's another tip that's very easy to do. And I want you to go and observe your wall, whether it be heavy textured or lightly textured like this one. Just observe it. And if you go and scan it, you might find one of these, which is pretty much a nail or screw pop. Now this is a little bit sunken in, but this looks like a drywall screw that pretty much just sank in. What happens is where your walls are, the studs are made out of wood, and over time that will expand and contract, which the drywall will eventually go with it. So over time you will start seeing either a sunken area like this one or a bulging area where you're going to see where the paint is starting to flake off around in a circular pattern like this. And that's where you're going to notice that, yeah, that's exactly where that nail or screw is located on the stud. From there on, you can go and find the rest of the studs by either going 16-inch centers to the left or 16-inch centers to the right. So yeah, that's definitely a very easy one to do. So here's another method, and I'm not very good at this. Some of you friends might have a better ear than I do, but this doesn't work on me personally, but I know some people that have used this trick or this method, and that's by tapping onto the wall. When you get closer to a stud, what I do is start tapping on the wall like this, and it's gonna sound hollow if your wall is not insulated. And right when you start getting closer to that stud, for example, where the screw pop is, you're gonna start hearing that it is a lot more solid. So definitely take some skill to determine the different sound on where the studs are using this knocking method. So friends, those are some of my tips and tricks on how you can find studs behind your wall, your drywall specifically, without using a stud finder. Now, if you do plan to get a stud finder and you are investing to get one, I think it's a very good investment to save up and get one of those. I highly recommend the Franklin stud finder. It's very, very easy to use. All you gotta do is point it at the wall and run it right quick, and you'll see those studs in no time. Again, friends, if you found value to this video, please hit that big thumbs up, press the subscribe and notification bell, and I'll see you friends on the next video. Thank you so much.